Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about being a blessing and a light at all times, especially when others need it. Sometimes when things are going bad in the world, and I'm not talking about for you individually, but for the world, there's a shrinking back that can occur, where people start paying attention to what's going on in the world, and they get into fear and they pull back. But I want to encourage you today that this is the time when you should be doing more. When there are people in need and people hurting, you should be doing good at all times, but especially in this kind of situation, you need to be out there doing good. For many of you, that's going to be the key to you getting into blessings and true prosperity. Galatians chapter 6 verse 10 says, "As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith." So don't leave out your brethren, don't leave out your fellow Christians just because you think, well, God will take care of them. Make sure to take care of them as well if you can. And this isn't putting any pressure on you. It's just open your eyes. Look for opportunities to do good and bless people, and you will be blessed. And also Psalm 37 verse 3 says this, "Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed." There's a direct correlation with you doing good and getting the blessing of the Lord in your life. If you're just hoarding up stuff, if you're just consuming and taking in and not distributing, not giving, not being a blessing, your money will run out very quickly. So I just want to ask you today to look for opportunities to do good and then take those opportunities. This doesn't have to be big. Sometimes people think if they can't do something big and massive, like help the whole entire world, then they might as well do nothing at all. And the opposite is the truth. If everyone just did a little bit, just helped one person out, how long would it take for the whole world to be helped out? If you can only help one person, you can only do a little bit, then do that. This isn't a competition with anyone else. This isn't comparing yourself with anyone else. You hear about, oh, this person fed 1 million people. If you can just feed one, if you can just help one, that's great. Do good. As you have therefore opportunity, do good unto all men. Everyone, my friend. Look for opportunities to be a blessing today, and then take those opportunities and show the light of Christ to others. And my friend, one of the things I want to suggest also is that you help people. There are new people in the faith that don't know anything. That's why I wrote books like God's Secret Law of Attraction and Co-Creators with God, because this shows people step by step how to create a life that they want. Many people are flailing around and they are literally able to connect into the Spirit of God, God's grace and power, and they're just standing there holding the cord, so to speak, and they're not plugging in because they don't know how. And those books show people how to do that. And if you yourself have been struggling and not knowing, you kind of feel like you're just getting tossed about to and fro, and there's no real rhyme or reason to what's going on in your life. It just seems like it's just circumstances and events that don't make sense. It doesn't matter how much you pray or whatever. These books will be a blessing for you as well, because one of the keys to being a blessing to other people is being abundant yourself, living that abundant life that Jesus came to give you in John chapter 10, verse 10. But if you're not living that abundant life, you're being tossed about to and fro. You're living like the rest of the world does, where they're subject to economies and events and situations going on. Then you can't be the blessing that you've been called to be. And you don't want to be the person in need, the person that can't do for others. You want to be somebody who can bless other people. And those books will show you how to get yourself aligned with God, plugging in, so to speak, so you can get that untapped potential of the abundance of Almighty God, His infinite abundance, infinite wealth, infinite ideas, infinite creativity, God's blessing in your life, and His favor in your life, bringing about the best you can possibly do. Because if anything you're called to do, it's to be the best you can possibly be. Not mediocre, not second rate, not half-hearted in your endeavors, but doing the best you possibly can. And you can't do that if you're not walking closely in union with God. And those books, I believe, will be a blessing to show you how to do that. So once again, I want to encourage you, do good, look for good, look for opportunities you can to do good. And I misspoke there, said look for good, but that's actually what you should be doing too. When you see people doing good, praise them, encourage them, because that is good. And acts of goodness are praiseworthy, and they deserve that, and you should give honor to whom honor is due. And of course, don't do this so you can get praise from people. Don't do it so you can go run off and tell people what you've been doing and get praise from them, because then you have your reward, and that's a pretty weak reward. But do it out of the kindness and gentleness and loveliness of your heart, the pureness of your heart, the love of God springing up within you, blessing others. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.